Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to the farm. We're out here on a nice drizzly day, and I figured I'd find figure out what kind of trouble I can get into out here in the barn. I've gone and taken these parts out of the parts washer and dried them off where I can see all the rust, and this doesn't look bad. This is the drive shaft that drives the cog and the clutches for the left-hand final drive, and this was firmly attached to the clutch plate that we did the other day. It's all nice and black now, and it's supposed to fit in there. It's supposed to fit in there like that, and it doesn't fit back in there because it ought to just come right out, but there's so much rust and stuff to where it was attached. It had become one with the clutch plate, and it took a 20-ton press and a torch to get this thing loose. Now that it's loose, I'm going to go and attack it and clean it up so that we don't have that problem. And of course I'm going to treat it for rust, so this will never happen again. So let's get to work. I've got a couple of wooden blocks here that I'm going to put in my vise so I don't go and mess up the shaft. 70 years old and rather well machined, and I don't want to go and mess that up. So couple more turns. There we go. I'm close, really close. Whoop. There we go. Clamp down tight, good and tight. Now this little area here is pretty rusty, so I'm going to go after it and clean it off so I can treat it for rust. This would probably be a lot easier to do on the bench grinder. Let's go give that a shot. Well, now that we've gotten that drive shaft all cleaned up, we're going to go and treat it with some Permatex rust treatment so it'll never rust again. And we get to let it sit for a bit. Now I'm going to move on to the second coat, and wherever this thing was rusted before is already black, and I do mean black. So yeah, we're doing some good here. Yeah. Black, just what I want to see. And we'll let it sit for a bit. And now we're moving on to the third coat. Now we get to let it sit for 24 hours and let it do its thing. Well, now we get to go and set this aside along with all the other parts and let them sit for a while. Thanks for hanging out with me on the farm this morning or this afternoon, getting a few things done. I think I'm gonna go get me some lunch, and then I'll figure out what other kind of trouble I can get into out here in the barn, because I certainly am not going to be able to get anything done outside today. Thanks for watching, and come back and see us.